Okay, so I'm going to try to make this trilogy instead of an anthology. So hopefully this is the last video, unless I go over 30 minutes and then it will really turn back into an anthology. So I want to start talking about closing out my fears in my journey. All right. So like I said in the first two videos, I've been busting my ass trying to get this career of mine off the ground. And I have been very successful at failing at getting my career off the ground. For those who have been with me on this journey, thank you. For those who are just journeying me on this journey, thank you. For those who just constantly give me the finger, thank you too. Because I'm going to prove you wrong, or I'm going to die trying. So let us begin. The other videos I talked about R. Kelly, I talked about how long I've been trying to get into this business, and this is basically a recap on how this business has been working and my ultimate fears of actually getting into this business. I do not have a total fear of success. I just have not been successful, unless you count my failures. If that's the case, I've been very successful at failing. I want to flip that script. I want to be successful at succeeding. Alright? So I've never gotten a break, and the breaks that I had fell short. Now, as I told you in the very first video, how I was doing something for someone else, and they got to fighting, so I never got to do the 619. Alright? Go Mysterio. So anyway, that being that little tidbit, one of my deepest fears is actually being successful, being a flash in the pan, and then being irrelevant and being paid acting, to coming back to what I'm doing right now, which is like no work at all, and falling way to the wayside. I'm not really sad to say if I get job shamed, if I get like the guy from the Cosby Show who they found at Trader Joe's. If I get like that, that's fine, because I'm already like that right now. So I'm not busting into this business like I wanted to. But I got a couple of things that I can blame for that. That bullshit promise of Hollywood East from the local studio, and just bad luck in general. But at the same time, I got to take some of the bear of that, because somewhere after being told we don't make kung fu movies, I kind of stopped. I stopped believing, I stopped desiring, I stopped having the hunger. The hunger came back before I joined the army and before I lost everything. And then losing my ability to do kung fu really set me back, and it didn't help me in the depression racket at all. And I'm still going to suffer from depression until the day I die. That's just a given fact. But how I maintain and deal with it is going to decide the rest of my life course. Now, when a person doesn't have a lot to live for, it only goes downhill from there. And yes, that is a confession. I really don't have a lot to live for. This kung fu, this acting, this is pretty much all I've got to dream to keep going. Because I'm 45 years old and I've done nothing with my life but suffer and fail and fail and fail. And failure takes its toll. It really does. Failure takes its toll. And when you're failing and people don't give a shit about you while you're failing, you seem to fail a little bit more every day. Now, here's the thing. If I ever achieve the success I want, which is basically, I just want one good show. I want it to last 5 years. And then if I don't get another show, I want to live off of what I had, manage my money, buy my own home, buy my own dojo, teach kung fu for free, and live off my royalties for whatever I have. So, and I want to be gracious and grateful at the same time and help others, maybe start my own movie production company so I don't have to answer to anybody. A lot better than Kung Fu Havoc and J Havoc Productions, where I have no money to offer people. So, I want to be able to not do that. I want to be able to actually be able to pay my actors. I want to be able to make a gigantic conglomerate of stuff. And why? Because if the Kardashians can do it, I should be able to do it too. Of course, they already kind of had money going in, so it's not like it's hurting them anyway. And either way, the sister can come out and be like mad rich off of bad Pepsi commercials and stuff. Well, I can do that too. All I need is an opportunity. And I've never been given that. I've never been given a golden opportunity. And every opportunity I have been given, there's a magical list in which my mixed ass does not fit the description of the actor that they are looking for. I've gone to over 150 casting calls in Virginia. From Charlottesville to Richmond only. But I've gone to all the casting calls. Because they have one in D.C., they'll tell you on the radio that we're having it in D.C. on this day and this day. And then the same company will be coming through Virginia, and they generally stop in Charlottesville. So on this day and this day, they had it in Richmond. 3 days later, they're having it in Charlottesville. So I go to that. And then another company will come through, and I'll go to that. And another company will come through. So we've had maybe 3 or 4 casting calls every 3 to 6 months here, And every time, when I started this journey, I would go to them. And that was before the studio that came to Petersburg even existed. And the last one I went to came to the Army, and they told me, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this. We have a list of what we're looking for, and we pray that somebody who looks like what we're looking for stumbles through that door, and then their career can begin. Sadly, as unique as I am, they're not looking for me. Because there's no one in Hollywood who's mixed, who's writing stories for mixed people. And if we're lucky enough to get those people, I love The Rock, he generally gets the roles. It's just that simple. Because no one wants a 5'3" hero, they want a 6'5" hero. And no, I'm not jealous. I'm grateful that the man is doing his thing. I just want a piece of the pie. I don't want the whole damn pie. Hell, I just take a crumb. I'm good with a crumb. Just enough to get myself out there, to get established. And I'm not giving up. I'm just slowed down a little bit. I've been deterred a lot. And you go into places, I don't look black enough. I don't look Native American enough. I will never look white. So we can hang that up right there. Now, if you guys want to make a Tootsie movie, I'm down. Give me enough white makeup, little boobs, we're good. I'm ready. But, it really would show that I have range. But the thing is, if you're not given an opportunity, then you will never know how far you can go or what you can do. And that's pretty much my story. I have never really been given an opportunity. The opportunities that I've had, besides the ones I've made for myself, I've ran with them. 2 times. One time it worked, one time it didn't, but those are movies that, 1, won't be made, and 2, you've never seen. And I don't have the footage to put them up here. And if I do have the footage, I don't have the knowledge to put it up here. So yeah, there's a problem there. Now the problem with me is that I have never really been a lucky person to do this. When I went to the audition for Bruce Almighty, Native American lady told me, we're having an audition in Richmond. Can you get there? At the time, my car broke down, so I didn't get to make it. And I think that was when they were about to do the Pocahontas movie with Colin Farrell and Christian Bale. So that was a little way back. Now, so I haven't really gotten any opportunities. And it's disturbing because, when you're not getting opportunities, you really want to quit. Above all else, you want to just say, fuck it, and you want to quit. And I've hit that bump in the road where I'm fixing to say, fuck it, and I really want to quit. My only real concern about acting, my only real concern is not getting work after I'm successful. Not being able to get a job where I can support myself, where I can have the money that I need, and having to go back to cleaning toilets and shit, which is what I'm doing now, versus living the life I want. And here's the thing on that. I don't have a lot of wants. And I always put my needs before my wants. So, I'll need to eat. I'll need a house. That's pretty much it. I have a fairly decent car. I'll need to eat. And I'll need a house. I don't really want anything other than that. And I want to be happy. Those are the 3 things that are top priority. I want to be happy first. Having my own home could probably help that out a bit. My car's fine. Having a great career. If Days of Our Lives was to call me tomorrow and say, we're only going to give you a small part, but you're going to be in 7 episodes, and you don't have a lot of work to do, but we want you on set. This is your lines. We're going to run through your lines. We're going to give you a coach. And I use Days of Our Lives as an example because it's my favorite soap opera. I've been watching it since I was a kid. Still watch it, except today. Today's the only episode I missed because I had other obligations that I had to do, like get that comic book and some other stuff. I had exams, so I had to go pay a bill. I had a lot of things going on today. So that being said, you know, opportunities have never been knocking down my door. They've always been far and few between. And as I told my bosses, you know, I'm not leaving you guys unless Hollywood knocks down my door. But Hollywood can't just knock down my door. They have to blow the damn thing off. They have to give me an offer that I can't refuse. They have to guarantee me work that's going to be real work. I can deal with cameos in every show. You know, I can deal with that. That's fine. It's still work. There's still a paycheck involved. Even if I don't have a line, I can deal with cameos. You know, I'm okay with that. I'm very well at adapting. I was infantry. You know, but not given opportunities is where I stand right now. But the first good opportunity that comes along could be the one that opens the door. And that's what I'm praying for. Because I've done great in life most of the time. Okay, that was a joke. I've been great at successfully failing in this business. But if I could get one, just one, like had I been cast in the show that just took off for A&E, the Kung Fu show. Can't remember the name of it, but Bonji and all these other martial artists are in it. Into the Badlands. If I would have got cast for that, you know, my life would have changed. If I got cast for Warrior, my life would change. If I got cast for my favorite show of all time, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or my second favorite show that's running in a smooth title, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Supernatural, which sadly is coming to an end this season. But if they want to do a spinoff, I'm down. And they did have a show. They did have one episode with a brother whose father called from the dead and told him not to get involved in whatever the hell the Winchesters was doing. So they could always have a spinoff, and I will gladly throw my hat up to get that job. Not cut my hair though, but you know, everything else is optional. And you know, the thing with that is if you don't have opportunity, if you're not given an opportunity, if you're not given a 1% of a chance, then you will never get what you want. But I don't want this, I need this. Because I want to be happy. I need to make kung fu movies. I need to make scary movies. I need to make action movies. I'm not really good at drama. But if I'm coached properly and taught when to speak and how to speak and how to make those corny facial expressions, then I got a fighting chance. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, here's how acting works. You can be taught to be a better actor. You can be. But you can't be taught how to get an opportunity. Alright? You can get great, really great, super great at acting. You can be Oscar award winning, Emmy award winning. Or you can be like my favorite actress Susan Lucci and keep getting nominated. I'm happy with that. And I don't even want to be nominated. No, I just want to be working. So let's say if Days of Our Lives came calling, would I take the job? Yeah, damn right I would. Let's say if a Canadian soap opera came calling, filmed in Toronto or filmed in Vancouver, I'll take it. Let's say The Flash or my favorite again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came calling. Or let's say Disney came up and said, we're going to give you your own show on Disney Seed. Only an idiot would say no to that. Unless they didn't offer me what I want. You know. But the good news on that is, I don't really have a lot of wants. I have some things that are negotiable and I have some things that are not negotiable. That's it. If I'm going to be the star, I want an acting coach to make sure that I don't screw this up. Simple as that. If I'm going to be a co-star, again, non-negotiable, I'm going to need an acting coach so that I don't screw this up. No. Now, let's say I'm not working with Disney. Let's say I'm working for a direct-to-video TNA group. Things that are negotiable. Sex scenes. Female actors. I don't do gay sex. That's not negotiable. But if I have the role where I'm playing a gay guy, you can see us going in the bed and getting out the bed. That's it. No other stuff, you know. That's not really negotiable. You know, everybody has their price, and I have mine. But I'm really not feeling it. And I know that sounds horrible, but I'm keeping it real with you. I just don't feel that that's me. Not saying I won't do it, just saying I don't feel that that's me. Which goes back to it's negotiable to an extent. But it really depends on what they're going to spoon feed me. Alright? Again, most importantly, I'm going to be the acting coach. Regardless, hell or high water, I'm going to be the acting coach. I did take acting in college. I did take acting in high school. My first acting teacher was Miss Stapleton. I don't remember her first name, or if I do remember it, I'm not going to reveal it even if I do. My second acting coach, teacher, whatever, was at PVCC. His name was Mr. Rupp. I'm not going to give you his first name, so that I don't make them look bad in case this goes caca. However, both of them gave me an opportunity, and both of them said that I was pretty good at improvisation acting. So I know I can improvise. And if you watch any of my stuff, you know that everything has been improvised. Now, as far as script remembering, I have a problem remembering stuff. So the main thing I need to know is the last line before my first line from my co-star. And I know they do rehearsals and stuff like that. And I would suggest that as we're filming, film the rehearsals. Because when I make my independent films, we film everything. Rehearsals and everything. So when I'm editing it, if it's a rehearsal and it's better than the actual shot, we put the rehearsal in. I'm not hyper intelligent, but I'm smart enough to know to use what works. And the thing with that is that, you all have to know your place and your part, and then you can do what you need to do. But again, if not given opportunity, you will never know. And I have never been given a golden opportunity. I have been given enough opportunities, one burnt up in my face and the other one didn't. But the thing is, I didn't go anywhere with it. I was never given better opportunities. So when these things start coming, these casting lists start coming, and I just stopped going because I'm not what they're looking for. They plain as day told me. One group said, honestly, if you were a little taller, that would have been great. You're not a bad looking man, but you're not what we're looking for. And I'm like, is it because I'm black? Or is it because I'm mixed with black? It's like, well, we're not really looking for anybody that's mixed. If we were looking for somebody who was mixed, you'd be in a house. But we're not. And right then and there is when I decided that I'm going to have Kung Fu Havoc 1. And Kung Fu Havoc 2 came along because I screwed up. I would still have Kung Fu Havoc 1, actually, if I hadn't screwed up. So I don't really have control of the channel. I can go look at the channel, but I can't, control what's on it. Google and I have to get a discussion about that. But, I post up videos, and, YouTube Prime isn't offering me a job. Facebook has TV, and they're not offering me a job. Freaking Instagram and them have TV. I didn't even know these things exist, and I don't even know how to get their attention to get these jobs. And no one's sending me information to do that. And without knowledge, I don't have the power to manipulate and get myself into an open door. The WB, or the Warner Brothers, they have the Warner Brothers streaming service. And in that, they have the Doom Patrol and a few other shows. All I need is for one streaming service, rather it be Warner Brothers, Amazon, the CW, Marvel, DC, whatever, because I would love to play a superhero, to give me a chance, to give me a job, to let me try. All I really want is one chance to try and see where we can go from there. Mold me. Take me to the level that I can't get here on YouTube or anywhere, social media-wise. And we can do this. Because I'm a very compliant person. I'm not hard to please. Because like I said, there are some things that are negotiable, there are some things that are not. Hair, non-negotiable. We can dye it, but we can't cut it. It's not getting cut. It's the same thing. Alright, I'm going to keep going. I'm a Highlander fan. As a Highlander fan, I can tell you that they've had a few immortal Native Americans. But they never really went too deep into the backstory unless it had something to do with Duncan MacLeod. But as far as a Native American lead or things like that, they've never had that. they haven't really had any mixed Highlanders. They haven't had anybody who was like playing a mixed Highlander. Like if I was a Highlander and I was just billed as a Native American, that would be fine. But if I was a Highlander, I really couldn't be billed as just black because I don't have black hair. And we're not touching my hair. Now, I have mixed people's hair. My hair is naturally curly. There's enough blue magic in here that you can land a plane with no wheels on my head. But the point is, people aren't sure what I am. And that's a problem. Which is also why when I make these videos, I always tell people of my ethnicity. I always tell them that I am Cherokee, I am black, and I am white. I don't sugarcoat it, and I don't lie about it. But I've been thinking lately, maybe I should just bill myself as a Native American because it might work. Now, people have been giving The Rock a hard time because he never does anything more about black people, and he's always doing Samoan stuff. Okay, so let me drop something on that because I made a video about my family just wanting to be black and not embracing our white and our Native American heritage. He does embrace his black side. He does embrace his Samoan side. He embraces both of them equally. And I have 3 that I embrace. But that doesn't mean my family is going to agree or embrace them. I'll be honest with you. I feel more Cherokee than black most of the time. I don't have a problem being black until it becomes a problem. A lot of people have come up to me and the first thing they said was, "Are you some kind of Indian?" And I'm like, well, I'm mixed with Cherokee Indian, but I'm also black and I'm also white, which I don't have a problem telling that. But I'm thinking of late, maybe I should just bill myself as a Cherokee and piss off the Cherokee Nation. But then again, they might actually love me, so that works too. Because Samoa has embraced rock. Canada has embraced rock. He has triple citizenship, And he comes from a fairly royal type family from Samoa. So, and people have given him a hard time about why you always doing more Samoan stuff than black stuff. Let the man live. See, I can relate to that because I'm partially Native American. And we have been raised to just do black stuff. And maybe he went through something similar. You just don't know. It's not like he's got a book out telling everybody, well, when I was raised, there was conflicts with my mom and my father about, am I going to be a black kid or a Samoan kid? He doesn't have a book about that, so we don't know. So stop giving him a hard time about that. He's mixed, like me. And like 25% of the people on Earth are mixed. Most of us don't know it, but we do. I didn't know I was mixed until like the 3rd grade. When my mom came to school for something I did, and people started calling me, "You have a white mom." Alright? Simple as that. Then I found out that I was multicultural by the 5th grade when I found out that we were part Native American. So my world was rocked. Which explains my father's mother's mother always spending more time with me and telling us, or mostly me, Native American stories. Okay. So, pondering that for a hot minute, I often feel more Cherokee than black. The only times that I have been truly ashamed of being Cherokee is when I worked at Keller's and one white dude wouldn't stop calling me Chief. And when somebody mostly called me half-breed a lot. Those were the 2 times where I was like, why can't I just be one or the other? Why can't I either be full Cherokee or full black? I knew I was never going to be white. So that wasn't even an afterthought. But to be either one or the other would have been great. Because there's a fair amount of Native American actors. Not a fuck ton of them, but there's a fair amount. There's a fair amount of black actors. Not a fuck ton of them, but there's a fair amount. And I just want to be in that mix. Same thing with white actors. There's an abundant amount of them. And this is not to be racist while I'm saying it. I'm just dropping the 1,000% truth there. There is a fair amount of black actors and Native American actors. I can't call them off by tongues, but there are more white actors versus all the rest. And if you count Bollywood, there's a fuck ton of them. So outside of that, it's just a thing. However, if you're not given the opportunity, then you will never get the chance to shine. I have never been given the opportunity needed to shine. So I'm going to close out with this. That way it doesn't become an anthology. I'm going to close out with this. This business is a hard business to get into. It is so much easier to get out of the entertainment business and to disappear than it is to get into the entertainment business. However, it is not as easy to disappear from the entertainment business as you think, especially if you have a notable face. If you have one of those faces that people can't miss you, and they remember what you've done, and then they call you out on it, like, weren't you in this, this, and this? Why or where is your money and all this? Like I said in the other videos, sometimes you make bad investments and you lose everything. Well, I've got nothing to lose. I don't have my own home. I have my own car, but I don't have my own home. I'm basically working for scraps. The military is only paying me $270 a month. So I'm struggling. Trust me when I tell you, for me to muster up $100, it's not easy because I have bills to pay. Cell phone, car insurance, dental insurance. I can't even afford health insurance. So to get into the entertainment business, those are my priorities. Health insurance, dental insurance, medical insurance of every kind, because I'm going to need that. Then life insurance, house insurance, more car insurance. Things I need. This is the only reason why I really want to work, is because I want to be able to have the things I need. I want to be well off so that I don't have to suffer. So I don't have to know when this is going to happen.
I'm sorry, Mr. Williams, but you didn't pay your phone bill, your electric bill, or your insurance this month. So we have to cut all your power and shit off.
For those who aren't poor and never had that happen, count your lucky stars. I'm James Williams Jr., Comfort Habit number 2. Be seeing you.